School is starting up. Orientation is taking place. Expectations are being laid out for the class. And in this age of computers and copy and paste functions, cautions against plagiarism have become even more essential. Plagiarism is using another one's work and claiming it as one's own. In a way, that's the warning we're getting from Jesus here when he says, "Take up your cross and follow me." In other words, do your own work. In other words, thoughts and prayers aren't enough. He isn't telling you that you must earn your own salvation, some sort of works righteousness kind of thing. He's telling you that as meaningful as it is to have Jesus physically present in this world, physically die and physically rise again from the dead, so too is it meaningful to have you physically present in the lives and suffering of those around you, to those around you, and even to yourself. Even if you are powerless to change their lives or powerless to change your own, just you being a willing witness to suffering, to show care and concern, is powerful. And that's really what compassion is all about. Compassion is the opening of our guts or our place of feeling to the pain of another person. And when we show up physically, we sometimes see things about their situation that we realize we can do to help. And that way you become the answer to their prayer, the answer to your prayer. The Reverend John Hagberg writes this: the word for life in verses 25 and 26, psyche, should be translated as soul. I believe that the soul Jesus is talking about is not that which lives on after death. It's the capacity to be real, to be authentic, to live with integrity in a broken and dangerous world. Soul is the capacity to stand in the pain, to endure the struggle, to sing in the darkness. Matthew has changed Mark's saving soul to finding soul. Perhaps an image of discovery that Jesus intends to show his disciples on the way to the cross. Jesus came to enter into the pain of those most vulnerable, despised and humiliated of the earth. And he does so by going to the cross. We are actually in danger of losing our soul by being afraid to engage our compassion with those around us who need it. Again, not in a lose your salvation kind of way, for nothing can separate us from God's love and salvation, but we become numb to the pain of others around us. And thereby we lose our soul. I was just at the gas station and was struck by how many of those tiny liquor bottles are available to purchase at the counter. I was reminded of how many people try to numb themselves, not from the pain of others, but to their own pain. So sometimes the person we need to have the most compassion for is ourselves. We need to listen to what our pain is trying to tell us, instead of trying to cover it over or quiet it down. We need to find the courage to ask for help, to ask for a walking partner on our journey, someone to remind us we are loved, that our life is worth living, and that every ounce of effort we make towards that life is significant. And if we can, to lift our eyes to someone else's pain. Because if all it takes is eyes, ears, and a heart to minister to someone else, we can do that, no matter how little we can do for ourselves. And thereby we will find our own value. So who are the most vulnerable? Who is feeling despised? Who is feeling humiliated? going through unbelievable pain in your world? What do you need to do to have compassion for them? What soul work do you need to do? Seatbelt yourself into God's love and grace. Put aside your preconceived judgments about their life, about yours. Have compassion for yourself. Not sure what the cross you need to carry is? Have compassion. Show up in the midst of suffering. And the path and the burden you will be asked to carry will show itself. And in that moment, you will find life. Bring life. Receive life. Amen.